We remember the decision, but we also remember LeBron leading a 2007 Cavs team to the NBA Finals. LeBron and the Cavs were swept by the Spurs, but they lost only one game by double digits and came very close in the final 2 games of the series. LeBron had some help from Drew Gooden and Daniel Gibson. So we asked you this question earlier. We wanted you to weigh in. Which team would be better, the 2007 Cavs team or the 2014? You all have said 2014, 56%. So
they know what they're talking about?
They do? Skip. Skip, the question is for you. You start first.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, boy, I knew you were going to say that. Will LeBron be better returning to that team or the 2007 team?
I'll take the 2007 team. I'll take the 08 team. I'll take the 09 team. I'll take, what was the last year he was there?
Okay.
The 10 team. I'll take all of them over this year's team. Sure. I told you earlier in the show, this team last year finished 33-49 and obviously missed the Eastern Conference playoffs. This team has a star. I'm not going to go superstar for Kyrie, and I was a big fan of his before that draft. I said he was well worth the #1 overall pick. But he has turned out to be somewhat of a ball-hogging 2-guard as opposed to a point guard. He averaged 20 and 6 assists. Not bad on the assists, but not great. LeBron averaged last year 6.3 assists, and the year before 7.3 assists. So LeBron obviously is effectively a better point guard than Kyrie Irving is. Then I look at Deion Waiters you brought up. They clash. He and Kyrie, they're do not invite him. They don't play well together. Tristan Thompson's a nice player. He's a decent NBA player, but please don't tell me he's a good NBA player because I ain't seeing that yet. Verjao, who brought so much just raw energy and skill to those teams that we just talked about, is now 31 and does not play with that electric energy he used to. Anthony Bennett, I can't say bust, but he's a question mark at best. I'm not sure what he is. And Andrew Wiggins, I told you before the draft, I have no idea why Cleveland took him #1 overall unless there's some master plan in Cleveland in place that they're going to trade him for Kevin Love. I can't see it because, to me, Andrew Wiggins is a tremendous young athlete. I'm not sure how good a basketball player he is or will ever be. I'm just not sure about that. He can defend, but can he play basketball? So that's your group. Really? So you tell me this freak of nature, LeBron James, is going to join that and turn it into an immediate best team in the Eastern Conference? I don't think LeBron believes that in his heart of hearts. And as you pointed out about that NBA Finals, if we go back to 07, in San Antonio, LeBron's team lost by 9 and 11. Not terrible, not like what we just witnessed. And in Cleveland, lost by 3 and 1. They did get swept, but they were far more competitive in those 4 games against a San Antonio Big Three that was 7 years younger then. 7 years younger. This team, led by the freak of nature, LeBron, just lost to the Spurs by a record NBA Finals margin. That's incomprehensible to me, a record margin. And then without going into gory detail, even if we just go back to your 07 team that you brought up, Verjao and Ilgauskas were very good rebounders and skilled offensive players. Verjao 7 and 7, Ilgauskas 12 and 8. That team was second in the NBA in rebounding. The next year's team tied for first overall in NBA rebounding. Drew Gooden and Larry Hughes were really good NBA players, better than Tristan Thompson is right now. Drew Gooden's still in the league and contributing to the Wizards. Larry Hughes averaged 15 and 4 assists for that team. That was pretty good. Larry Hughes had talent. He had some mental and emotional problems, but he had talent. Daniel Gibson, Boobie Gibson, shot 42% from 3 that year, and our friend Damon Jones shot 39% from 3. So you had 2 snipers, and you had a Sasha Pavlovic who could defend and was a rugged, tough inside player for them, who at about 6'5" or 6'6", caused problems for people. I like this team's mental and physical toughness. It's veteranness more than I like what you have now in Cleveland. I'm sorry. People are overhyping maybe Andrew Wiggins.
Damon was defending himself before he came on the show.
Well, he got after Stephen A. and he said, you always underestimate our talent that year.
Damon's my man. I've known him for years, and I've always told him the same thing. That particular season you're talking about, he averaged 6 points a game. Don't give me Damon Jones. Love him to death.
Made some big shots for that team.
I understand he made some big shots. He also had limited playing time. Didn't even average 20 minutes a game. Let's put it in perspective. And I like him. Again, that's my man. I ain't trying to disrespect him, but we're going to be real about this. Let's call it what it is. This team in 2007, they were bigger. They were tougher. Basketball is a matchup. Stop bringing up the Spurs. The Spurs can dominate most teams. They're loaded. They go 10 deep. You had the genius of Greg Popovich making sure not a single starter averaged 30 minutes a night. So they were fresh for the postseason.
But they were playing the freak of nature.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you, well, it's one man. You go that.
Okay,
so,
well, but in the A block today, you were telling me how that one man can just turn teams into contenders like that.
Yes, team into contenders, but not a champion. You need help.
Oh.
Michael Jordan proved you need help. Bill Russell proved you need help. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar needed help. Magic needed help. Isaiah needed help. Bird needed help. What, LeBron James not supposed to need help? Stop the nonsense. You're just trying to be a contrarian. Just listen up. The point that I'm trying to make...
being honest is what I'm being.
I'm trying to break it down to you. The fact of the matter is that when you look at Cleveland, they were bigger. They were definitely tough-minded. Defense was their signature. Mike Brown was their coach. We understand that. But don't give me Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes was a decent player, was challenged from the perimeter, but they didn't call him L Boogie for nothing. He can boogie down on you and get to the hole and do what he could do. Eric Snow was a defensive guy. Offensively, that wasn't his thing. Kyrie Irving and Deion Waiters, to me, are a better option than Damon Jones, Eric Snow, and who did we just mention? Larry Hughes. So that's just how I feel about it. That's number one. Number two, you look at it from LeBron and what he would bring to the table. Anderson Varejao is still on this roster. You're thinking about age or attrition. You know what I'm thinking about Anderson Varejao? He doesn't have LeBron. If he had LeBron, he would be just as effective because he's smart, he's still big and tough, and he can do the job for you. You look at some of those other guys. Now, Spencer Hawes is gone now, so that's a loss for them, I give you that. Spencer Hawes, he's somebody that I would like to have still seen on the Cleveland Cavaliers squad if LeBron James was supposed to have arrived there. Those kind of things resonate with me. But overall, in the end, you got to be able to score some points and what have you. And I look at Cleveland. And I'm saying Kyrie Irving with the Waiters, with Varejao still there, with the Wiggins and his talent, with the LeBron, I believe that at least offensively, this would be a better team than Cleveland had in 2007 or 2010. But you got me defensively because they were bigger and they could rebound. And that was but Ilgauskas. I almost hate bringing up his name because I feel he's such an, I don't know if you never met him. He's so nice. Lightning might strike you down if you ever said an insulting word about him or Jose Calderon.
Well,
you can't find two better guys than that.
Continue this debate after we take a break.
2007 versus 2014.